Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to a nice little bonus video. I've gotten a little bit ahead of the game on videos this week, so I thought I would take the opportunity to update my reviews of the Power Rangers Beast Morphers main action figure line. As you can see, I have picked up 3 more figures, one red, one yellow, one blue, but yellow is a little different from the others. Over here we have Blue Ranger Ravi. Over here, we have Red Ranger Devon, but here we have Evil Yellow Ranger Roxy, cyber villain Roxy, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at each of these 3 figures. I'm going to try to keep this video shorter than the first one, since in the first video I was kind of overviewing the entire figure line and how things were, but we've already seen 3 of these figures, so here it'll be a little more specific about how these figures and what they come with, how they are, and all of that stuff. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and toss their keys into the Beast X Morpher. So let's get started with Ravi. Again, with Ravi, the packaging is quite similar. You see there on the upper right, facing the package, Ravi's picture right there as the blue Beast Morphers Ranger. Another little shot of him right there on the side of the package. Doesn't have it on the other side. As I get this open, again, another nice picture of the Blue Ranger there holding the sword, but again, it's blister packed, so you end up ripping it if you're opening the figure. Alright, so we've got Ravi out of the box here. I'm using an additional little LED light to try to light this shot a little bit better, and I'll probably use some digital zoom to zoom in on some things, because HD shots that are wider than they are tall are not great for getting footage of action figures. Just a little FYI. But yes, that is Ravi, and taking him out of the box, honestly, I had a lot of the same praise and a lot of the same complaints. Something I noticed is there's these like patches and detail kind of on the pants, which I'll try to show you here, but those lines are put in very well, very painstakingly, and I enjoy that. This is a weird thing to kind of observe because it's the color he's supposed to be, but I really love the shade of blue. That's a very nice paint. It's a very blue that just pops very well. He comes with 2 weapons, as you see there, the saber and the gun attached to the binoculars, the powered-up. Beast Morphers has been off the air too long. I've already forgotten what things are called, but you see them there. It was very difficult to get him to hang on to the gun. The handle of the gun is very bendy plastic. And the hands are very stiff. The entire figure was actually very stiff. When you take them out, you've got to work the joints and just kind of get the figure loose. Everything moves pretty well. The same joints as Blaze, I believe it is. The shoulders move around. He does have rotating legs that move all the way around, so that's good there. But the main criticism I had with Blaze is one that I have here as well. Not quite as bad, but the legs are unusually bendy. It just feels like a solid piece of plastic from the knees down that's just cheaper than most of the rest of the figure. It's a little hard to explain. I mean, you're going to be looking at it here in cutaway footage, but just, yeah. But the visor is nice and shiny. The silver is very shiny. It's a good looking figure. Again, I really like how these figures look. Here is a look at the key. You can see the gorilla head right there. Kind of a light blue color on the key plastic, which is interesting. We'll throw that in the Beast Morpher in just a little bit. Alright, I decided that we're going to save one of my favorite characters and acting performances on Beast Morphers for last. So we're going to go ahead and get to the Red Ranger Devon. Packaging is exactly the same. You have Devon on the side there. I do kind of like that really zoomed up, not quite half helmet, but that kind of look there. Again, you see Red Ranger Devon, but the other 2 kind of shadowed in the background there. Same strip along the side, just subbing in Ravi. Yep, let's get it open. Well, there he is, that car-washing, game-playing Red Ranger himself, Devon. You can see Devon comes with the saber, but not with the gun. He comes with the Cheetah Beast Blaster. You'll remember that when I reviewed Blaze, I praised that he came with a dark version of that weapon that I'm really hoping we get to see, but Devon's got the original, as you can see here. What really stood out to me on his suit is the detailing. Again, you can just really see like the lines of the leather on the colored portions there. His helmet is very nicely detailed. Also, oddly, his head is really easy to swivel, like diagonally, which I thought was interesting there. So I just checked, and he does have that same bendy foot issue. It's just really weird to me. I don't know what that material is, but that definitely seems to be an area that they save some money, because that just doesn't seem like action figure plastic. It's soft. It's unusually soft. Like, I don't think it's going to just bend and fall over. It might make them a little more difficult to stand up, but the more important thing is just that I think if you had that remotely near anything warm, like if you had it under any like actual lights for like a filming session, you could see some bending on that, because it's just surprisingly soft to me. But otherwise, the figure is very well detailed, glossy visor, like I've said. Just a great looking figure. And there you see Devon's key, the red Cheetah Beast Morpher key there, with the cheetah head on it like that. The key is actually the same color as the holder, I guess you would say. So that's a little different from Ravi's, which is much lighter in color, but pretty good. Remember, heroes, she's not bad, she's just programmed that way. It's time for Cyber Villain, or as I prefer to think of her, Evil Yellow Ranger, Roxy. So right away, what's going to stand out with this packaging is the picture here, and that is obviously Roxy in her morphed form there with the sunglasses on top. But what's very interesting, and a lot of people spotted this as soon as the packaging for this came out, is that way up there on her head, if we can get it to focus, it says Escape. That's accurate to her suit, but that is a little Sentai reference there. Thought that was interesting. Otherwise, exactly the same packaging. You've got her on the side there. Remember, villains don't have any friends, so there's nobody silhouetted in the background. I actually would have really liked for Blaze to be standing back there, but oh well. Others on the side there. Interestingly, they've got jacks on top to fill in that space. Alright. Alright, let's pop it open. This is Gog, and this is Magog. I'm Escape, and you'll find that I'm incredibly good. No, okay, you know me. This is not Escape, this is Roxy, especially because she's yellow, but also because this is a Beast Morphers action figure. There she is. She's got the two guns, which, disappointingly, I think we've seen them once or twice on Beast Morphers, but she hasn't really referenced them. I don't need her to. It was just a neat little aspect of Escape's character, and it would be nice to see them get some kind of reference in that fashion. I can tell you right away, taking this out of the box, this is easily my favorite figure of the three, and maybe my favorite overall, because this is by far the most intricate. It beats out the Tronic. The Ranger suits are kind of plain. They have intricate details that they've included. This figure is just incredibly detailed, just the striping and the level of, you know, different colors, from the yellow to the black, and there's a little bit of like metallic green in there. You've got the yellowish green on the helmet, but the visor is more of a shiny yellow. You know, this suit obviously looks closer to Monster than Ranger, but it really is still just close enough to be considered a Ranger for her to be an evil Yellow Ranger through the story of the show. Also, something that I remembered looking at this, which was actually a very nice nostalgic kind of memory, we saw this figure before the show actually came out, and everybody kind of freaked because it was like, wow, that's Escape, but she's yellow. You know, what's that about? And then, I'm not going to take credit for this or anything, and I'm sure somebody spotted it before I did, but I just happened to be the first person that I remember seeing mention this. On Escape's thighs, near her knees there are patterns that look very much like bunny rabbits. And I just kind of said, well, they've made her yellow and she has bunny rabbits on her thighs. Wouldn't it be interesting if they made her an evil version of the Yellow Ranger? Sure enough, that's exactly what ended up happening. Not a big, huge predictive guess, but a nice little detail, I think, that worked into the story that they were trying to create. You see the cape. You see the cape that she has back here. That is a plastic piece, but it still just looks really good. That's a thing. I heard somebody reviewing some kind of figure the other day. Black Nerd Comedy talking about the Michelangelo as Batman figure, I think, and he was surprised that it had a cloth cape, and then you could pose it by like a fan and it blows. I have the kind of counterpoint to that where it's, you know, you're not going to have a fan specifically pointing at an action figure to have its cape ruffling in the wind there, you know, so a plastic cape actually looks better as kind of frozen motion. The cape does have a slit in the back, which I think allows for the legs to move back. That brings me to the motion of the figure, full motion on the shoulders. I was starting to worry that she didn't have full elbow articulation because her right arm wasn't bending very well, but it ended up, you just have to loosen it up. The other arm was a lot better. Unfortunately, I am sorry to report to you, this is a figure made with the villain's mold instead of the Ranger mold, so she does not have sideways leg articulation. That leg articulation is only front to back, and that actually makes her somewhat difficult to pose because you can't move her legs further apart. And she's got a cape on the back, and then when she's holding her guns, she's kind of heavier towards the front, so posing her wasn't all that fun, but this figure just looks so good. This is the one, I think, where Hasbro really knocked it out of the park. I just love, this is something I remember pointing out when the figure came out too. This little, I'm going to point at it even though I'm going to show it to you here, but that little leg circlet around the thigh, if there's a term for that, I don't know, but just that specific detail on one leg, and not only to include it, but to have it as shiny metallic paint. Just excellent. The guns are a solid color, but I appreciate that one is silver and one is black because they're differentiated. That's very nice. This is a great figure. This is my favorite Beast Morphers figure, and I'm really happy about that because I'm pretty sure that Roxy is my favorite Beast Morphers character thus far. Including this with voice, because I kind of forgot to mention this, but again here, this time, this doesn't appear, like the foot is a little bendy. It might be reinforced by this metal, for lack of a better term, but just this extra plastic on the front, but these legs are just not as bendy as the Rangers are, which is just weird. The villain mold seems to have different sorts of specifications as far as what plastics used and what and where, but yeah, there you go. All right, as you can see, I've pulled out the Beast X Morpher here, and we're going to slap these keys in, and we may as well do it in the order I reviewed. So let's start with the Blue Ranger key.
Blue Ranger power! Don't worry, Smash, I got this. Blue Ranger power!
Blue Ranger power.
Don't worry, Smash, I got this.
Don't worry, Smash, I got this. And of course...
Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time.
I'd like a pony. Now we go to the Red Ranger key. These sounds are going to be very familiar since the Red Ranger key is included on the demo, but just for demonstration.
Cheetah Beast Power, red! Let's go for a spin, Cruz. Cheetah Beast Power, red!
Cheetah Beast Power red, and let's go for a spin, Cruz.
Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time.
I like the way you talk. Whew, alrighty, yes. Okay, good. As I was going to put in Roxy's key, I kind of realized that I didn't talk about what her key looks like, and to be honest, I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like, I'm going to flip it over here, maybe a snake or like an evil bunny. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be, but let's put it in the Morpher. I can't help that I'm bad, I'm programmed this way. That's the line.
Surrender, Rangers!
Surrender, Rangers! That's not a good read. Anyway, let's morph into evil Rangers.
Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time!
I want to be evil! All right, everybody. Well, there's my entire set thus far. You see in the front-ish where I got Ravi to stand. I just realized he's standing really strangely. His weight's on his back foot. He's standing up. He's balanced. It's fine. In the front there, you see my 3 new ones, Devon, Roxy, and Ravi. And then back behind them, Blaze, the Tronic, and Zoe. I still need Steel and Nate to consider my set complete. I'm not going after monsters. I'm not really going for villains besides Blaze and Roxy. I'm not really interested, and the Tronic, I guess I should say. I'm not really interested in Evox. If they do end up making a Scrozzle figure, I will buy it. Hey Hasbro, you're listening to this video right now. If you make a Scrozzle figure, you'll get at least 1 sale, because I will buy that. Lightning Collection or regular line. Either way. But here they are right there. As you just heard me saying, the star of this entire set of 6 is Roxy, just with the intricate detail. She one-ups the Tronic behind her right there on that level. And the color's really good, and just the details on the suit, the cape, just all of that is excellent. But all of these figures are excellent. I think they're worth the price. They're still about $10 each, and they're just really cool so far. I'm really enjoying this figure line, and I wondered if I was going to regret collecting them. Thus far, I don't. They look really good. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this special video, another Power Rangers Beast Morphers toy review of 3 figures. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, do you have any of these figures, but especially Devon, Roxy, or Ravi? Let me know down in the comments below what you think of them. If you don't have them, let me know what you think of my review of them if that makes you want to get them. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all of my videos, and ring that bell, get your notifications set up so you'll be notified, especially when I post videos like this that I don't really plan on making at any particular time. I just get them out of the way when I can. Toy reviews are definitely among that list, so make sure you're subscribed and have all those notifications set up so you don't miss these videos when they come out. And if you'd like to lend any financial support to my channel, you can head over to ko-fi.com/orangerangervideos. Donate me a coffee. Those are set at $3, and I greatly appreciate any financial support I find at that site. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you.